Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Time for Broken Circle. And this is where the Iconian War goes straight to hell. You'll find out in a minute.
Please report to the Kiana system. Our partnership with the Krenim is starting to bear fruit, but the project may take more time to complete than we have left. We must consider any plan that ensures our survival.
And that's right, I'm pulling out the Risian luxury liner. Basically a glorified cruiser, but it's a good ship. It served me really well during my early years of STO, before Tier 6. The Tier 5 version, that is. But you probably don't want to hear me wax lyrically about a starship that I don't think any of you care about, so...
You are cleared for docking.
Remember that layout of ships.
Greetings! On behalf of Captain Kagran and Alliance Command, I am pleased to welcome you to our research station. The Captain is completing his preparations. In the meantime, I will give you a tour of the facility, where we are building a weapon that will end the Iconian threat once and for all. Follow me. Our researchers can explain how the weapon works and answer any questions you may have.
I know how the weapon works. Unfortunately, there's a little lesson you need to learn. You don't screw with time. Time screws you. And who has to solve the problem? Starfleet.
And here, we have the development area.
How much do you know about the Krenim, 7 of 9?
The Borg have extensive records on the Krenim. They were a species of great interest to the Collective.
I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying us like a bug in a petri dish. I'm not sure I like the idea of the Borg studying anyone.
And what about the Iconians?
The Collective spent a great deal of resources pursuing Iconian technology. They believed the species to be extinct. They were incorrect.
So much for the Borg knowing everything.
The Iconians' technology is far beyond even the capabilities of the Borg.
Fine, but what about shielding the ship that's using the weapon? We haven't solved the paradox problem yet.
This is not my first experience with alternate timelines. It would be possible to develop a form of temporal shielding to protect this vessel from alterations in the timeline.
Yeah, in case you're wondering what I mean. Look at every episode of Star Trek. Every time, time has been screwed with. Who has to solve it? Archer. Kirk. Picard. Mostly Picard. Cisco, though I suspect Starfleet Command has a word to say about the Bell riots. Janeway is the most prolific person to deal with temporal nonsense, for better or worse. So yeah, when time is screwed with, what does time do? It seeks out a Starfleet captain that just happens to be within the vicinity and just chucks them right into it.
Welcome to our facility. I'm working with one of the teams here to develop the time ship and choose a target. What we do is different from time travel. Anorax's designs are actually for a weapon that can remove elements from the time stream completely, and then time reshapes itself to account for that absence.
Yeah, I've seen how it works. It doesn't end well.
In some ways, yes. Once the weapon is fired, it can create an entirely new reality. And anyone or anything that isn't temporally shielded will be a part of that reality. That's why we have to proceed slowly. If we're not careful, we could change everything we know, and not even know what's happened.
Why do you think this is a bad idea?
But think of the possibilities. We could reverse the effects of wars, stop threats like the Iconians, even turn back time and eliminate the Borg. This is a weapon, but it's one that can make a better galaxy.
No! The Borg are a necessary evil, as much as I hate them. Any threat coming into the Delta Quadrant from outside the galaxy has to run into the Borg. Case in point, Species A472. Though that was the Borg screwing themselves over, it still applies. You don't erase the Borg. Doing that is a bad idea.
Captain Kagran's briefing is about to begin. Follow me to the conference room.
See what I mean? The Krenim are just obsessed with restoring their Imperium. Give them a few colony worlds, deep inside Federation space, where they'll be safe, and let them rebuild their civilization under the protection of the Federation. None of this.
Greetings. I have heard much about your victories against the Iconians. It is an honor to work with a warrior like yourself. We are almost ready to begin. First, however, Agent Cray would like a word.
Of course, the agent from the Temporal Department of Investigations wants to talk to me.
Greetings. My name is Philip Cray. I'm the liaison from Temporal Investigations for this project.
Why do we need you?
The Federation has some serious concerns about possible violations of the Temporal Prime Directive. Normally, Starfleet personnel are strictly prohibited from directly interfering with historical events, and should make every effort to maintain the timeline.
Don't remind me.
Indeed. That should tell you how serious this war has become. If the Iconians win, there probably won't be anyone left to preserve the timeline. In this instance, my role is to ensure that we succeed in our task with the minimal possible disruption to the timeline, as well as to address any repercussions of those disruptions.
So, it's only ironclad when it doesn't get in the way of the job getting done. That makes sense, but I still follow it to the letter because altering the timeline is never a good idea. Case in point, Leonard McCoy. In case no one's ever watched City on the Edge of Forever, watch it.
I don't disagree. As a Starfleet officer, I am sworn to uphold the Temporal Prime Directive. Not only that, but I have seen firsthand the dangers that come from ignoring it. But as the Vulcans say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The Iconians cannot use time travel, and that makes it a weapon we can use against them. We must consider carefully whether it is too dangerous of a weapon to use at all.
It is far, far too annoying to deal with. Let's begin this briefing.
The war is not going as well as we might wish. Our fleet are protecting key worlds, but dozens of other targets have fallen to Herald attacks. Civilian casualties are rising. We need to act. This facility is building a device to turn the tide in our favor. Captain Nog, what is the status of the weapon?
We've had some setbacks, Captain. We're still weeks from a working prototype. No amount of temporal manipulation will change that.
And have you chosen a target for the temporal incursion?
We are still running simulations. We've configured the holodecks to help us evaluate the possible changes that occur after removing an element from the time stream. Some of these scenarios show promise, but none are exactly what you want.
Very well. We cannot afford to wait another day. We are losing this war.
Alright, maintain defensive
Strike
position.
now.
No.
A direct engagement is our only option.
No, it is not.
We will put all our resources into a full attack on the Iconians.
You are an idiot.
Every ship we can muster will be a part of one massive strike against the Heralds.
Oh god, I hate Klingons.
Captain Paris is already moving into position with the Vanguard. Ships here will report to the Herald Sphere as soon as possible. There will be more warriors in Sto tonight. But first, we will make the Iconians bleed.
I am going to kill him. We need to be maintaining a defensive position and keeping them from destroying everything, while we create temporal shielding to protect our ships from Iconian weapons. Not this. Not direct, full frontal assaults. Who put this idiot in charge? We need a human or a Romulan as Supreme Commander of Allied Forces, not a Klingon idiot who only knows one tactic: direct assault. Ugh. I am surrounded by idiots. In the tactical sense. I mean, Kagran doesn't know a damn thing. All he knows is thrust into the heart of the enemy. Ugh. This will not be the last time you see this particular design, by the way. There is another skin, which looks arguably much better.
You are the last ship to arrive. We are ready to set course for the sphere.
Alpha Wing, you are cleared for departure.
This is a mistake. They still haven't fixed that? I mean, the warp backwards thing is fun and all, but that's dumb.
Am I glad to see you? It's just not working.
No kidding.
The Iconians are gating in their ships, and they have far more reserves than we anticipated. I've called for a hold on the flagship assault until we regroup. There's no point in a suicide run. First, we need to help our ships in trouble. Can I count on you to help?
This entire mission is a suicide run. But of course. I mean, seriously, who put Kagran in charge? Was this a matter of alliance politics? This is what happens when you put military... When military personnel are chosen by politics. I wouldn't have done this. I would have gone, who's the best?
Ships. This is Commander Novaron of the RRW AIM-HIG. We require...
I would have gone, hi, who is the best person to win this war? Who is the best commander we can get our hands on? We need someone who can think creatively and go for unconventional options. Because Kagran can only think in terms of attack, attack, attack. You know what the worst part is? They make the player agree with Kagran. Even though common sense dictates that, this entire attack was a bad idea. But yeah, you can tell why I like this ship. It's a tough bird. And it served me so well. You know, I like the fact that now I have the Diridix war battle cruisers helping me. You know, it's almost literally impossible to not win this. You're given as much time as you need. They still haven't fixed that? Those should be conventional phasers from TNG, not TOS phasers.
We're falling back.
I cannot do that, Captain. A Klingon does not run from battle.
Yes, they do.
Farewell, Captain. Today is a good day to die.
They run when it's tactically and strategically viable.
Alright, people, we've got one shot at this.
I mean, Klingons can be stupid, but they're rarely this stupid.
We'll take care of the reinforcements. Follow that dreadnought.
But then again, Kagran.
We are clear to enter the gateway.
Alright, let's get this over with.
The flagship's shields are down, and it's losing power. Looks like they're trying to interface with a sphere to give themselves a boost. This might be our one chance to board it and take control. I have 3 troop transports standing by.
Alright. I would really like to know whose idea it was to write this mission. They knew this wasn't going to work.
Signaling the carriers to move into position now.
Why, thank you, Paris.
Herald reinforcements inbound. We need to deal with them.
I will handle it. You can just tell I'm not happy with this entire situation. Mostly because, you know, it's dumb. We should be fighting a defensive conflict. Right up until we get the invulnerability to Iconian weapons fire, but no. No, they decide, let's go for the direct way. Because the direct way is fun. Yes, I'm aware that having invincibility would make a horrible game mechanic. And it preserves drama, but it's just tactically smarter. You must fight smart, not hard. Which is why Kagran is universally despised by the entire community. And would you people stop it? Stop it. Fine, you wanna play this game? Let's play this game. Enjoy the Soliton break. You know, I should really just pause it until they're all done. But I won't. Because that.
parties are on the flagship and reporting heavy resistance. I'll stay here and keep any reinforcements off your back. You need to transport to the flagship and help our teams there.
And the blue glowies have returned. Cryptic, you mind fixing that?
Great! We got through. What's your status? We can't reach any of the other away teams.
I'm on board.
Acknowledged. Sensors are picking up power fluctuations near your coordinates. The impact with the Quartar must have disrupted their systems. Start disabling anything you can reach. If we do enough damage, maybe that will help us take their ship.
Yeah, I could not resist doing the whole pirate shanty thing, though I think that's actually from Anchors Aweigh.
Away teams are attacking power junctions, but they are encountering heavy resistance. It would be an honor to join your team, sir.
Enough with the Klingon nonsense, we have work to do.
Away teams reporting in, sir. Heavy resistance and heavy casualties.
Casualties that wouldn't be happening if we weren't
Protected
doing
life
this.
signs and weapon discharges dead ahead.
Oh, that's a bug. That's a dumb bug. As you might have noticed, that keeps happening. You're attacking a target?
I am detecting Federation and Herald weapons fire beyond this door.
What
There
happens?
is also a power junction.
It suddenly becomes invincible for a few seconds, or even minutes, making it impossible for you to kill it. Now let's see how long I can keep my people alive. Oh, hell. You know what I see, Matara? A target. Nothing more.
Tara is retreating. She might be trying to recharge her energy.
Whoa, what are you doing over there? The fluctuations are increasing exponentially.
I dealt with an Iconian.
Interesting, but it makes sense. The Iconians are energy beings. If Matara can't use the ship's systems, she'll use herself as a battery for the gateways. But that's probably dangerous for her. She's bleeding herself dry with every gateway. Keep at it. If you can drain enough of her energy, she might make herself vulnerable.
Lovely.
Herald, reinforcements! We need to disable the other junction, sir. There is another power junction ahead.
This entire mission was a waste of time and manpower. Not to mention resources. Kagran is another Gowron. What was it Cisco said? This entire operation was a waste of manpower, men, and equipment. That applies to this. having the capability to be immune to all forms of weapons fire? Yeah, it might have taken a lot longer.
The demon is weakening. Keep disabling the power junctions.
But we wouldn't have lost so many ships and so many men that our victory would taste like ash.
More reinforcements, sir. The area is secure, and the other interface is just over there.
You know, I used to
I am
have
detecting a third junction ahead.
so many problems with this mission. All of them because I was lazy. I didn't bother using reputation equipment, or
Another junction just ahead, sir.
upgrading my weapons to Mark
We can keep
14.
forcing the creature to use her own power. We can weaken her enough to defeat her.
Mark 14 Plus, so I could actually not suffer.
I am detecting strong energy signatures ahead. I believe it to be some kind of command center.
Which one of us is getting their ass kicked?
Scans confirm her energy readings are decreasing. This could work.
Oops.
A harbinger. Prepare yourself.
Prepare myself for what?
We must disable the other interface before we continue.
Well, as usual.
The area ahead contains 4 interface junctions.
Which means 3 sessions of dealing with that bitch. Lovely. Really? This is why I hate Iconians. Well, if you're a god, I'm a god slayer. Haha, you can't move.
Reinforcements on their way.
Then why are you dying?
More reinforcements. Watch your back.
I have not fallen once. And yet you? Aww, and you expect me to feel sorry. Nothing doing, bitch. Nice try. I'm still alive.
I see clearly now, Ticket. I will stand with you, and these creatures will pay for what they've done. Kill them! Kill them all!
Fall back! Transporter, beam us up!
Iconians should count themselves lucky.
You made it back! Count yourself among a fortunate few. What's the situation on the flagship?
Matara's dead, we've lost 90% of the fleet. I still want to kill Kagran.
I hate to say it, but that might be the first bit of good news I've heard all day. Okay, we need to fall back. While there's still a chance, the Heralds will be coming back in force.
What a waste. I mean, seriously, look at all this.
These warriors died well, and they will not be forgotten.
They shouldn't have died at all. This is what happens when you put a Klingon in strategic command. This is why, for better or worse, Sisko was put in command of strategic operations during the Dominion War. He was intelligent. He was smart enough to go, direct assaults don't work. Look at that. Look how many lives Kagran just callously threw away like an idiot. And people accuse Quinn of being an Iconian collaborator. Yeah, you know who's the real collaborator? Kagran. I'ma kill ya.
Despite the extraordinary efforts of you and many others, our operation was a failure. We're still totaling up the casualties, but the cost was too great. The Heralds still stand. They have lost one Iconian, but if anything, that will only prolong the conflict. Defeating Matara was a combination of the sacrifice of Guroth and many others, your quick thinking and martial prowess, and the Iconian's arrogance. Matara did not believe an Iconian could die. The others will not make the same mistake.
We had to take the risk, couldn't wait? Yes, you could. Temporal shielding would have made you completely invulnerable to everything the Iconians could throw at you. But no. You decided, let's go for the direct assault. The heart of the enemy. I started to sound like Robert O'Reilly there for a second. That's not good.
Indeed, but that is a small comfort to the warriors who have entered Stovercore this day. Those of us who remain will mourn, and then we survive another day.
I don't think we have a choice now. We have to complete the Krenim device. Captain Kagran wants it online immediately, but this isn't something we can rush. Cutting corners with temporal mechanics? That's how you end up with unsolvable time paradoxes. Look, I'll do whatever I can, but I'm scared of this technology. Building it will be the greatest challenge of my career. But actually altering time? I'm not sure anyone should have that much power.
No kidding.
I want to personally commend you. Whatever success we had in this mission was thanks to you. The Iconians have lost their leader. Their unity is broken. That might give us an opening to end this war. The cost, though? All those people? I can't help but feel that I failed them.
You wanna know who really failed them? That guy right over there. That guy failed them. He killed them all. And I wish I could kill him for it. It would be justice.
Our losses were great today, and we will mourn for every hero who died defending their galaxy. I am a warrior. I believe in honorable combat, direct tactics, and looking my enemy in the eye.
You're an idiot.
Although you did manage to destroy Matara and break the unity of the Iconians, I now see that we cannot use traditional combat to defeat them. Captain Nog and his team will continue their work on the weapon. It may be our only option.
You disgust me, Kagran. Housecoat Gaming signing off.